Dear deliberate believer, disciple, friend. Today I decided to pause and write you this letter. As we study day 3 of the devotion, there's probably been a moment in this journey where you felt your shadow being cast out. Guilt, shame, disappointment, or even embarrassment might be wavering in your head as you try to forge this new relationship with our Creator. It will probably get trickier from here, but I am so proud of you for getting this far. As trying as it might be right now, God is bringing to light things that will only get better. There will be moments of joy that outweigh all that you are feeling right now. Just remember, feelings aren't facts, and that God doesn't dwell on the past, and neither should we. Deliberate believer, disciple, friend. We will get through it together. I know we will. Dennis Ngango. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Deliberate. My name is Dennis Ngango, and in today's video, I'm going to be unpacking day 3 of the devotion we're doing together. Today's devotion is titled, Are Your Circuits Too Busy? Luckily for you, if you did watch yesterday's video, you already have enough context going into today's word. If you haven't seen it yet, make sure to watch yesterday's video before you continue watching this one. In today's word, Pastor Rick Warren is moving the focus more to the soil with the weeds and the thorns. This may represent some of us who are able to receive and hear God's word, but the moment that we experience any trials and tribulations, the thorns and the weeds just take over. What's interesting about this specific analogy is that it shows that the soil is promising. That means that we are there, we are involved, we are hearing, we are receiving. It's just that when it comes to actually practicing the word, we fall short, especially when we're experiencing any type of weeds or thorns. Jesus says in Luke 8 verse 7, "The seed that fell among thorns stands for those who hear, but as they go in their way, they are choked by life's worries, riches, and pleasures, and they do not mature." Throughout the rest of the devotion, Pastor Rick Warren then unpacks these 3 different types of thorns that could actually choke our spiritual life. Those being worries, riches, and pleasure. I'm not sure which one you relate to the most. I'd really actually be keen to know in the comment section below. However, I know with myself, worry always takes the cake. I think that's because in my life, worry always sees the problem. It then leads to me trying to reason things out. And in those moments, I seldomly see God. So working on my spiritual life, one thing that I've become super aware of is what conversations I'm having in my head. And when it comes to things that are worrying me or causing any type of anxiety, I always move closer to God, because I know those are moments where I actually move the most away. I experienced this through the past couple of weeks where my dad, who's a doctor, was exposed to a patient who had COVID-19. He was operating on the patient and later found out that the patient tested positive for his COVID-19 test. Obviously, with my dad being a bit older and him being a doctor and now being exposed, there was a lot of things for me to worry about. However, my action plan actually included me getting deliberate going. That was my way of making sure that I will be intentional with the word, that will do something different, that will actually get me closer to God. Luckily for my dad, his results actually came in and he tested negative for COVID-19. So there's already a testimony that I've experienced through Deliberate, and I know the same thing will happen for many of you. We just need to make sure that we are taking ownership of the conversations that are happening in our mind. We must not let Satan steal from us the very things that Jesus died to give us. If the first part of the devotion didn't hit home, I'm sure that the second part of it did, where Pastor Rick Warren said, "You don't have to cultivate weeds. They grow automatically, don't they? In fact, weeds are a sign of neglect. If you see weeds in your yard or garden, it means you're not tending to your yard or garden." The weeds in your spiritual life are a sign that you are neglecting time with God. I won't lie, when I first read the devotion, the first part got me going because obviously I read the context of the word on the previous day, so things were easy. But the moment we got to that quote, I won't lie, it knocked me out. I think Pastor Rick Warren is just emphasizing the fact that when we have a constant time with God, when we are constantly leaning in, hearing His voice, and having that fellowship, we'll be able to look after our garden and be able to ensure that there are no weeds all the time, instead of being in a rat race now where we are constantly trying to eliminate them. Sometimes it really is difficult to face your garden when all you see is weeds. However, that's when you lean into God's resurrection power that He didn't only leave there at the cross, but He actually left inside of each and every one of us. You can have a fresh start, you can have a new beginning. You just need to have that conversation with God. And trust me, everything will be cleared and you can progress in your conversation and relationship with God. These are my thoughts on day 3 of the devotion. Please do let me know how you experienced the word, anything that you took away, and which one has choked your spiritual life the most. Has it been worry? Has it been the riches? Or has it been pleasure? My name is Dennis Ngango. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please make sure to give this a like if you enjoyed the video. Make sure to comment below with your thoughts. I'm also actually keen to hear if you disagree with me. Let's, educate one another. And lastly, make sure to subscribe if you want to see more of this type of content. My name is Dennis Ngango, and see you in tomorrow's video.